If you're a loyal Coronation Street or Emmerdale viewer, you might want to double-check your TV guide this week, because ITV has just thrown soap fans into complete chaos once again. Episodes are moving, schedules are changing, and some installments are disappearing altogether as major sporting events continue to take over primetime television. And judging by the reaction online, many fans are not happy about it. For years, viewers have built their daily routines around their favorite soaps. They know exactly when to tune in. They know when the drama starts. And they know when to expect those cliffhanger endings that keep them hooked night after night. But now, everything is changing again. With football coverage dominating ITV's schedules, both Emmerdale and Coronation Street are facing another round of major disruptions. Some episodes are being moved to different days, others are being pushed into unusual time slots, and fans are scrambling to keep up. So what exactly is happening? Why are ITV making these changes? And what does this mean for the future of Britain's biggest soap operas? Let's break down everything you need to know. Introduction. ITV's flagship soaps have always been a huge part of British television culture. For decades, Coronation Street and Emmerdale have delivered some of the biggest storylines, most memorable characters, and most emotional moments on television. Millions of viewers continue to tune in every week to follow the lives of Weatherfield residents and the families living in the Yorkshire village. But this week, the focus is not entirely on the storylines unfolding on screen. Instead, viewers are talking about something happening behind the scenes. Another major schedule shakeup that is changing when and how audiences can watch their favorite shows. The latest changes come as ITV continues balancing its entertainment programming with major sports coverage. As international football tournaments and qualifying matches dominate broadcasting schedules, soaps are once again being pushed around to make room. While schedule changes may sound like a minor issue at first glance, for dedicated soap fans, they can be incredibly frustrating. And judging by social media reactions, this latest disruption has sparked a significant response. Background context. To understand why viewers are reacting so strongly, it's important to understand just how much ITV's soap schedule has changed recently. For many years, viewers became accustomed to a predictable routine. Emmerdale traditionally occupied the early evening slot, while Coronation Street followed later in the night. Fans knew exactly when to tune in, and rarely needed to think twice about the schedule. However, everything changed when ITV introduced its major soap overhaul. Earlier this year, the broadcaster officially launched what became known as the Soap Power Hour. The move represented one of the biggest scheduling transformations in recent soap history. Instead of the traditional format, ITV shifted both soaps into a new weekday structure. Emmerdale moved into a regular half-hour slot at 8 p.m, followed immediately by Coronation Street at 8:30 p.m. The goal was to create a consistent viewing experience every weekday, while making episodes shorter and easier to consume for modern audiences. ITV argued that changing viewing habits required a new approach and believed shorter episodes would better suit contemporary audiences. While some viewers welcomed the changes, others were less enthusiastic. Many longtime fans worried that reducing episode lengths and changing viewing patterns would alter the experience they had grown accustomed to over decades. The transition sparked widespread debate across the soap community. Some viewers appreciated the consistency. Others felt ITV was gradually reducing soap content. The controversy surrounding that schedule overhaul never fully disappeared. Now, new disruptions are adding even more fuel to the conversation. Main news details. The latest schedule changes stem primarily from major football coverage taking over ITV's evening programming. With international fixtures, World Cup qualifiers, and tournament matches dominating the broadcasting calendar, ITV has been forced to make significant adjustments to its entertainment lineup. As a result, viewers are seeing a very different soap schedule this week. Several episodes are being moved, delayed, or removed entirely from their usual slots. For many fans, this creates confusion. People who automatically tune in at their regular viewing time may suddenly discover that their favorite soap is not airing. Others may miss episodes entirely if they are unaware of the changes. Reports indicate that some days will feature no soap broadcasts at all, while other days will include adjusted scheduling to compensate for missed episodes. In some cases, ITV is attempting to make up for cancellations by scheduling episodes on alternative days. Additional Sunday episodes have been introduced in certain situations. Extended episodes have also been used as a way to recover lost airtime. However, Not every viewer feels these solutions are ideal. Many fans argue that constantly changing schedules make it difficult to stay invested in ongoing storylines. Soap storytelling relies heavily on consistency. Characters evolve daily. Plots develop gradually. Missing even one episode can sometimes leave viewers feeling disconnected from the narrative. That is why schedule disruptions often generate such strong reactions. The issue becomes even more complicated because the current football calendar is expected to create ongoing challenges over the coming weeks. This means viewers may need to remain alert for additional schedule adjustments beyond this week. The bigger picture. What makes this story particularly interesting is that it reflects a larger shift happening across television. Broadcasters today face enormous competition. Streaming services continue growing. Viewer habits continue changing. Traditional television schedules are no longer as dominant as they once were. Networks constantly balance competing priorities. Sports remain one of the few television genres capable of attracting massive live audiences. Major football tournaments draw millions of viewers and generate significant advertising revenue. From a business perspective, prioritizing those events often makes financial sense. At the same time, soap operas remain some of the most loyal audience-driven programs on television. Their viewers are incredibly dedicated. Many have followed these shows for decades. When scheduling changes interfere with viewing routines, those audiences notice immediately. This creates a difficult balancing act for broadcasters. ITV must satisfy sports audiences, while also protecting its soap fanbase. The latest schedule changes highlight just how challenging that task can be. Why fans are so frustrated. One reason viewers are reacting so strongly is because many feel these disruptions are becoming increasingly common. For some fans, this week's changes are not an isolated event. Instead, they represent another chapter in an ongoing pattern. Since the introduction of the new soap structure, viewers have already experienced several interruptions caused by football matches, rugby coverage, and other major sporting events. As a result, frustration has been building. Many viewers understand that sports coverage is important. However, they question why alternative solutions are not used more often. Some fans argue that ITV could move sporting events to other channels. Others believe soaps should be made available through alternative scheduling arrangements. Social media has become a major outlet for those frustrations. Viewers frequently share complaints whenever episodes are cancelled or moved. The latest changes have sparked another wave of discussion. Many comments focus on confusion. Others focus on disappointment. And some fans simply express exhaustion over constantly needing to track schedule adjustments. The impact on Coronation Street. Coronation Street may be particularly vulnerable to schedule disruptions because many of its current storylines are reaching critical stages. The soap is currently juggling multiple major narratives involving long-running characters, family conflicts, relationship drama, and ongoing mysteries. When viewers miss episodes or lose track of scheduling, momentum can be affected. Cliffhangers lose impact. Emotional developments feel less immediate. Storylines can become harder to follow. That does not mean fans will stop watching. Far from it. Coronation Street remains one of Britain's most beloved television institutions. However, maintaining audience engagement becomes more difficult when viewing habits are repeatedly interrupted. The show's producers invest enormous effort into pacing storylines carefully. Unexpected scheduling changes can sometimes disrupt that rhythm. The impact on Emmerdale. Emmerdale faces similar challenges. The Yorkshire-based soap has spent years building a reputation for dramatic storytelling, emotional character journeys, and major event episodes. Like Coronation Street, it depends heavily on consistent viewer engagement. Recent months have featured major story developments, character exits, relationship tensions, and shocking revelations. Fans become emotionally invested in those stories. When episodes disappear from the schedule, viewers often feel frustrated because ongoing plots are suddenly paused. The emotional momentum slows down. The anticipation becomes stretched. While some viewers are willing to wait, others find the interruptions irritating. This week's changes have therefore become a talking point among dedicated Emmerdale fans as well. Social media reaction. As expected, social media platforms quickly filled with reactions after news of the schedule changes spread. Some viewers responded with humor. Memes appeared almost immediately. Fans joked about needing detective skills simply to figure out when their favorite soaps were airing. Others were less amused. Comments criticizing ITV's scheduling decisions appeared across multiple platforms. Some viewers questioned why sports consistently seemed to take priority over long-running dramas. Others argued that broadcasters should provide clearer communication whenever changes occur. One recurring complaint centered on confusion. Many viewers worry about accidentally missing episodes. Others dislike constantly checking schedules. The conversation highlights how deeply embedded soaps remain within people's daily lives. These are not simply television programs. For many viewers, they are routines, traditions, comfort viewing. Any disruption to that routine naturally attracts attention. Media coverage, entertainment publications have also closely followed the story. Soap-focused outlets have published detailed guides explaining exactly when episodes will air and which days viewers should expect disruptions. Coverage has largely focused on helping audiences navigate the changing schedule. At the same time, journalists have explored the broader implications of repeated soap interruptions. Several reports note that this issue is unlikely to disappear anytime soon. The packed international football calendar means additional schedule changes may be unavoidable throughout the summer period. That reality has left some viewers concerned about what lies ahead. Analysis: what this means for ITV. From ITV's perspective, the situation is complex. Sports programming remains enormously valuable. Live football consistently attracts large audiences. Those broadcasts play an important role within the network's overall strategy. However, maintaining strong relationships with soap viewers is equally important. Coronation Street and Emmerdale are cornerstone programs. They represent decades of television history. They attract loyal audiences that continue returning week after week. Finding a balance between those two priorities is not easy. The current schedule disruptions highlight that challenge perfectly. Every scheduling decision carries consequences. Prioritize sports and risk frustrating soap fans. Prioritize soaps and potentially sacrifice major sporting audiences. There is no solution that satisfies everyone. That is why these debates continue whenever major sporting events arrive. The streaming factor. One major difference today compared to previous years is the growing role of streaming platforms. ITVX now gives viewers more flexibility than ever before. Episodes often become available online, allowing audiences to watch when convenient rather than relying entirely on live broadcasts. For some viewers, this helps reduce frustration. If an episode airs at an unusual time, they can simply stream it later. However, not everyone prefers that approach. Many soap fans still enjoy watching episodes live. They enjoy sharing reactions online in real time. They enjoy participating in the communal viewing experience. For those viewers, schedule disruptions remain frustrating regardless of streaming availability. What could happen next? Looking ahead, viewers should probably prepare for additional adjustments. The current football schedule suggests that more disruptions are likely over the coming weeks. Additional World Cup coverage and international fixtures will continue competing for primetime television space. ITV will likely continue using a combination of strategies: alternative broadcast days, extended episodes, schedule reshuffling, additional weekend installments. All of these tools help compensate for lost airtime. The challenge will be maintaining viewer engagement while navigating an increasingly crowded broadcasting calendar. Soap producers themselves may also adapt storytelling structures to account for interruptions. Writers and editors often adjust pacing when major scheduling changes occur. The goal is to ensure storylines remain coherent even when episodes move around. Fans will undoubtedly continue monitoring every update closely. Why this story matters? At first glance, schedule changes may seem less dramatic than celebrity scandals or shocking soap deaths. But for television audiences, they matter more than many people realize. Scheduling affects how stories are experienced. It influences viewing habits. It shapes audience engagement. The reaction surrounding these latest ITV changes demonstrates just how passionate soap communities remain. Even after decades on air, Coronation Street and Emmerdale continue generating intense loyalty. Viewers care deeply about these programs. They notice every change. They discuss every disruption. And they remain highly invested in the future of both shows. That loyalty is ultimately a testament to the enduring power of soap storytelling. Conclusion. So while the biggest drama this week may not be happening entirely on screen, it is certainly creating plenty of conversation among viewers. ITV's latest schedule shakeup has once again placed Coronation Street and Emmerdale fans on high alert as football coverage reshapes the broadcaster's evening lineup. Episodes are moving. Viewing routines are changing, and audiences are doing their best to keep track of it all. Whether viewers support the changes or oppose them, one thing is clear. The conversation surrounding ITV's soaps remains as passionate as ever. And with more sporting events still to come, this week's disruption may only be the beginning. Viewer engagement